Hello everybody, this is Bradford Harris, your innovative coach. And again, I just want to thank you for allowing me to come into your classroom to help you integrate your technology with you and your students. I just want to remind you again that this isn't an aha, I got you moment. This is just between me and you and us coming together and helping you integrate technology. This is not an observation. I do not go to any of the appraisers and talk about how you are conducting your class. Again, this is just something that is confidential. The only thing that your appraiser is going to see is what we started with in the beginning and what we started with at the end. And none of that information is going to talk about classroom management or how the lesson is going or anything like that. That is between you and your appraiser, just like the coaching is between me and you. So what you're seeing right now is my side of the screen where I have everybody's observations. So if I click on observations, as you can see, I have all 9 to 10 teachers here. I've already started with 2, and as you can see, you see the share icon within the folders. I just wanted to remind you again that it is shared between me and just you, the teacher, okay? Me and just you, the teacher. So that doesn't mean that Owens and Guidry are seeing the shared documents, okay? They're not seeing each other's stuff. Everything is shared only between me and you, okay? So this is what you're going to see when you open up your shared folder with me once we get started. Now, I'm not going to go into this person's observation because this is on YouTube and this stuff is considered confidential. But you're going to have a spreadsheet and a Google form that's mainly just for me. So you don't really need to look at that. As a matter of fact, I will probably end up taking this shared part off, but I just wanted to show you this just so you see what's going on. It is a shared Google form where I will do your observations, okay? And this is what the form looks like. So when I come into your classroom, I'm going to come in with a date. I'm going to come in with when I came in, when I came out, your name, your email, your grade that you teach, the content, the number of students that you have in the classroom at that particular time, and then I'm also going to look at how many students have a device in that time period. Usually it will probably be like a 2-to-1 ratio. You'll probably have a half class set. My name will go here. What do I see as far as the learning environment? How does it look when you're integrating technology or devices in the classroom? And then I'm going to be looking at how are the students engaged with your technology integration. So it's either going to be not evident, I really don't see anything, the kids are compliant, they're moderate authentic, or it's very highly authentic. Okay, so then after I go to the second page, there will be some other things that you'll see, and I'm going to point that out in the form. So this is an example of an observation form. So as you can see, I couldn't click on next because I had some stuff that was required. But this is what you're going to see after I click submit. You're going to see the time in, time out, the stuff that I talked about earlier, the student to device ratio, your learning environment, everything that I talked about earlier, okay? And let's talk about what I couldn't get you to see earlier. The teacher to device ratio. That means how many devices are you using within that lesson between you and the device, obviously. How many apps are you using? And we're not just talking about iPad apps. We're not just talking about Android apps. We're talking about what kind of technology applications are you using. For example, are you using vocabulary? Are you using Google Drive? Are you using BrainPop? Things like that. That's what we mean by apps. So applications in all types. Student to individual device. How many students per device are you having in the classroom for the lesson? That could be anywhere from not applicable to about 5, if I'm not mistaken. Same thing when it comes to student to individual apps. That's going to be the same thing as teacher to apps. And again, we're not talking about just iPad or any tablet apps. We're talking about all type of technology application apps. We're also looking at small group devices. How many are technology apps and devices are there between the small group, and the same thing with the whole group. Now, it will not be the same on every lesson. Maybe you're doing something that's just whole group only. Maybe you're doing something that is only small group. It's not going to be the same. So it's okay if some things are not applicable, or you're doing a small number of devices. So those things will change, and we'll talk about growth from that later on. We'll also go look at your instructional activities. Are you focusing on vocabulary building, manipulatives, research? Those are things that I'm going to be tagging in my form. You're also going to look at how all this relates to the SAMR, which is basically like Bloom's for technology. And we'll sit and talk about what all this means, but you can also click on the hyperlink in case you don't understand, like, what is SAMR? I don't understand that. If you click on the click here button right here where my cursor is, there is a video that talks about that. And SAMR, those initials are substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. Okay, and as a teacher, as an educator, you'll go up and down with these. So you'll sometimes be high, you'll sometimes be low, and that's okay. As we keep scrolling down, I'll look at what your focus in your activity is, and that's usually your objective. So I'll have that in there so you can recall what that is. And then as I'm watching you go through the lesson, I'm going to decide, okay, where are you as far as the integration is concerned? Are you at substitution, or are you all the way to redefinition? And these definitions are here in this chart that you'll get. So, and then I'll put in my thoughts, and then you'll respond to your thoughts. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So then once we meet, and once you get this document, you'll see this click here button. And what this click here button will do is it will take you to where you and I can book a session. So you'll decide, okay, I would like to meet Mr. Harris at this particular time on this particular day so we can talk about this form, so we can grow from there. That's what that is. And then once we have our session, we'll have that. We'll start documenting the log meeting. This will be probably a shared document where we'll just start talking about some ideas. What worked, what didn't work, what do you want to do next, what are your teacher plans, and what are your coach's plans so you can grow. And then we'll talk about more notes and then more reflections here. Now, again, I'm sorry that this video is so long, but I just wanted to just make sure that you have a complete understanding of what you're looking at. So you will probably not be able to respond in this log by typing in, because it will be a view-only document. The only way that you will be able to respond in each section is by clicking on the comment section. So, for example, I would like to hear your teacher observation of what you think you saw. So maybe you thought you were not at the substitution level after looking at it. Maybe you thought you were at the augmentation. So what you're going to do is you'll highlight the section where I put my thoughts, and then you either click on comments at the top, or if you look right here, you'll see this comment icon. You'll add a comment, and then you'll type in your comment in the comment bar. I like this observation. Okay, and then if you want to tag me so I know that I get a notification on that, you can click plus and then my email address, plus my email address. Okay, and that means once you click plus in my email address and click comment, that means I'll get automatic emails, so I know that you looked at it and then you have some thoughts. And what I'll do is I will go back and I'll probably put that in the teacher's observations, and we'll start filling that out. So I'm going to click cancel on this. You'll do that everywhere where you think that you want to have an issue or talk about. Okay, and then what I will do is I will place that in the teacher's observation boxes. Okay, so I really need you to go back and kind of look at, okay, well, this is what I saw, and the only way you can do that is by clicking on the comment section when you highlight something. Okay, so also I want you to take a look at the technology TEKS and the ISTE standards. ISTE is our national standards for technology integration, and it's not about just using devices, it's about how we collaborate, how we communicate in the classroom. Okay, so all of this information you will get in your own personal document by clicking on how to look for your observation by clicking on this here button, as you can see right here, obviously. I also like to, one more thing, I also like to add extra things to your log. So what you'll probably see in your form, which is not here, but there'll be some information down here where I have a small little video for you to look at, is what I've seen in the classroom, and that will be not posted to YouTube. That will be posted straight to Google Drive, so that means it will be private. Nobody else will see that but me and you. And then I also like to give on the side, you'll see it, will be a positive verbal feedback, so you can hear like what good things we saw together in the classroom. And that is about it. Again, I thank you for allowing me to come in and work with you in your technology integration, and I hope to see you soon.